Hi, my name's Ashley Lopez.
Beatriz Lopez.
Maria Andrade.
Marilyn Montejano.
And we're going to teach you about steering failure and brake failure.
Brake failure.
The first thing you need to know about your brake is that each vehicle requires a two-part braking system. That way, if one part of the brake system fails, the other part of it will still be able to brake your other two wheels.
Well, Beatrice, that is unless you get to the point where it's a total brake failure. But we'll get to that later.
So Beatrice, how do your brakes fail?
Well, that's a good question, Maria. There are many ways your brake could fail. Well, there's braking too hard, overheated, brakes, and driving through water. For example, this is Ashley. She's a new driver. New driver, less experience. Well, Ashley here always slams her brake when she gets near a stop sign. Not a good idea.
So, what's an easy way you can tell if there's a problem with your brakes or if they failed? Well, look at your brake warning light, of course.
Now, let's say you're driving and all of a sudden your brakes do fail. But let's say it's a total brake failure. Now, you should know that total brake failure rarely happens. But when it does, it could be extremely dangerous. So what should you do? Let's let Beatrice explain to you.
Well, first you're going to want to pump your brake pedal. This might temporarily restore enough brake. You'll know after 3 to 4 pumps if your brakes are going to hold. In a stick-shift vehicle, downshift to a lower gear. This causes the braking power of the engine to slow. After this, you're going to pull and hold the parking brake. Release lever out or hold the parking brake. You can quickly release the parking brake for a while if the vehicle begins to skid. Then you're going to search for an open zone. You can still steer. At last, rub the wheels against the curb to reduce speed. If you have to collide into something, steer for a side swipe rather than hitting something solid head-on.
When your brakes overheat, they lose effectiveness. This is called brake fade, and it usually occurs after you're continually slamming on that brake. Steering failure. Steering failure seldomly occurs, but when it does, it can be extremely serious. So, you'd want to take the correct precautions. First, you want to communicate with other people. Honking your horn is a great way of communication. Also, you can use your hazard flashers. After you've tried communicating with others, you're going to want to stop as quickly and safely as possible. First, take your foot off the accelerator pedal. Don't brake. Braking could cause the vehicle to skid, and you don't want that. Instead, use your parking brake. Hold the parking brake release off and use a quick on-to-off action. As a last step, you want to shift down to a lower gear. Well, that would conclude the steering failure and brake failure lesson. Hopefully you never run into a situation like that. Bye-bye!